Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I definitely appreciate your support of the channel. We have Mega Wattage. Mega Wattage. I don't think I've done a replay for Mega Wattage, although I believe it's actually an alt for somebody that I have done. Anyway, he's in his Tier 5 AMX ELC BIS. We're going to pause this. We are here on Malinovka. This is a great scout map, but this is middle tier, right? Tier 5 and Tier 6. So it is going to be a little bit non-meta. You're going to be able to get away with a few things. You're going to be able to play this map a little bit differently and still get away with things. If you're at tier 10, it would be pretty solid as to how you would win this. And in general, how you win this at the higher tiers is take that top hill, almost no matter what tank you are. Now, we are in an ELC BIS. We need to support taking that top hill, but we need to go to places that matter and support places that matter. Very important, because the note that I got is this game totally baffles me. I thought we had this in the bag. We had really good positions with good spotting cover and max guns in the game early on, so we were up 2-0. All right, so we're going to take a look at this, and we're going to concentrate on this. It baffles me that we lost, and would it surprise you if I said it doesn't baffle me? I'm not baffled, but we're going to talk about it as we go, so I'll give you some examples. We'll talk about the possibilities. So immediately we head down here, and your note said I thought we had enough scouts covering these areas. All right. There's no such thing necessarily as too many of something in a certain area. The question is, are you getting any business and are you doing any good? If the question is, both my scouts went to one spot and I only have two, both my scouts went to one spot and two spots are equally important, then yes, absolutely. You had enough with one. But in the case of too many of something, just because there's more than one, no, not necessarily. There's a lot of scouts here. There's 3 ELCs on one side. There's 2 on the other. Are there any higher tier? There's 2 50-1s involved in a lot of mediums that have pretty good spotting range. So there's a lot of spotting going on. And Mega Wattage is going to come down here. Oh, he is running a 240 ping. That's quite a bit. Is this might be someone's EU account. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, we're going to come down here on encounter map, on encounter mode in Malinovka, and we're going to go to this bush and rock. And I am going to be 100% honest with you without pulling any punches. This is just about the most useless place a scout could go. If the enemy team sends somebody around this flank all the way to here, they're going to initially post up here and hang out for a while. If they notice that they can push across without getting spotted, they'll move across here slowly and they'll eventually get to this position here. If they don't take any fire or artillery or get spotted, they might eventually move around and try to get into this position here. The only way that matters 1 iota is if you lose wholesale here and you don't have any control here. Otherwise, everything the red team does down here does not matter. It does not matter. Good. Send 3 tanks. Slowly move down to here. Hang out. Do nothing. Pick your nose. Wonder where everybody is. Wander over here. Get in a bush. See if you can find the 1 or 2 tanks from the green team that went here. Blah, blah. Who cares, man? Who cares? Get this tank that you're in and get up in here and start taking away hit points early on. Add your scout to the rest of the scouts. Who cares? You're probably going to play better than they will anyway. Get your shots. Support this. Check out the high ground up here. I got this not working. I'm circling stuff and you can't see it. Check out the high ground. Your heavies get up there and start winning. Zing up there and be the little annoying gnat taking near deads out. Okay? The point is, your job in the game, any player's job is to facilitate damage, whether that's spotting, tracking, or doing damage, and staying alive. Going where you're going is staying alive at best and facilitating nothing past that. So I'm coming down hard on that, but I think it's a very important concept to come up with, because there is a general idea that, yes, we need to cover most of the map if we can. But if I'm covering the part of the map that doesn't matter at the wrong time, then I am not where I need to be at the right time, by definition. So we have some heavies going up top. You mentioned that this ELC did good work. I would have taken a couple of those shots. I don't know if it's the high ping. The high ping may be throwing you off right there. It does look like you're hunting a little bit, trying to get shots. So with a high ping at 200, anything above about 150, personally for me, and definitely at the 250 range for just about anybody, you're going to have a hard time with the snapshots and the fine-tuned shots. It's something you're going to have to deal with. So there he is. There's a Skoda. There's a Skoda. And there's 4 tanks. There's 4 tanks. Holy cow. Once I saw this, now remember this. Remember you said, I saw we had enough light tanks in the middle. Well, they changed the plan, all right? You did a good assessment early on. Okay, fine. You went and looked, right? Not a terrible idea. I don't love it. It's not where I would have gone, but nobody's coming, man. Okay, time to go. Go back. Go back over there and do something. Or push. See, that's the thing that gets so often lost on these low percentage plays that people do. Going to flank. I'm flanking. I always have that with what's the guy's name? The guy that does we're streaking. You know, that's the voice that goes through my head. Will Ferrell. Every time somebody says, I'm flanking, and they go the long way into some place that doesn't matter on a map, I always hear in my brain, I'm flanking, which means, dude, you're not doing anything anyone needs or is helping. Look at this. Once again, we're we're in bushes, man. There are 4 of your tanks doing nothing right now. So this is where I get to the idea of, you're like, man, I thought we really had this. I was kind of surprised. Now there's 5 of you here, it appears. Is there actually 5? Is there 2 of you here? Counting. 1, 2, 3. There are 5. The T-34 has showed up. We're flanking. And now we're stuck. And we are now weak on the places that matter. And we're losing up on top. So I am being a bit of a jerk about it. So on one hand, I sort of apologize for that. Do I? I don't know. But it is so important if you want to understand how deployments matter. You have to understand this very basic thing. That you now have 5 tanks on a flank that doesn't matter. 1/3 of your team has gone somewhere and done the square root of jack all. So there is no mystery, in my mind anyway. There is zero mystery how this game got out of hand. Because 1/3 of your team did not participate for the first 3 minutes and 14 seconds, going on to 4 minutes. So we're going to hang out here for a bit. And then we move in. All right, here's some small technical stuff. I saw that T-50-2 and I saw you sitting there and I said, all right, well, maybe finally we're going to get a push. Let's shoot some guys, we get lit up. And then you move out of position. Dude, I'd have hung out there. This guy's going to get you lights. Look for shots, man. Just hang out there for a second, get some of those shots in, and then see if you can follow up and help the T-50-2. And I went, okay, he's moving forward. Maybe he's just going to try to get a closer shot. And then we stop right here, too low. Back up. Use altitude, right? You need altitude right here. This is the old airplane thing. I need some altitude to get that shot. So just back up here a little bit and get that nice shot right on that T-50. But we kind of dick around with this. Like, okay, let's knock down this wood, and then, well, geez, you're never going to get a highlight on him. You were way too low on the ground right there. And he needs help. We're just sitting there. Somebody finally pushed and got lights, and we're just chilling in this bush right here. So we slowly move up, and then we think about it, and we go, okay, maybe... Oh, there we go. All right, cool. Get the RBFM. That works. Got a shot. There you go. A little lead fire. Oh, holy cow. Why did we not take that shot? Again, this may be the ping thing going on for you. So it can be a pain, for sure. But I'd have definitely taken that shot. I don't know, maybe you're thinking about trying to keep from getting lit. You do have a problem right up in that area because you have lost that area. And it's time now to be bold, to be quite honest. If you're going to pull this thing back from the brink, you've got to get out there and start getting shots. Take that shot. There we go. Nicely done. Oh, light him on fire. You got to love that. Is he going to burn to death? Fantastic. Burn, baby. Burn. Disco Inferno. There he goes. Nicely done on that, by the way. Especially with the ping. That was well done on the lead fire. And now we're going to hang out here. And holy cow. Okay, so what's one of the main strengths of this tank? It's fast. It can get around. It's got camo to move out in the open. Holy cow, I'd have just bailed out of this spot and gone over here and helped these guys take out this Skoda. I'd bail out of this spot, go where your guns are, try to maintain their hit points and take him out, facilitate some damage. This guy is screwed. Now, you may be thinking I'm going to get some shots because he's probably going to spot some. So let's see how that goes. Unfortunately, the Skoda T25 somehow beats 3 tanks or 2 or whatever it is that went in there and died. There we go. Finally get a shot on him. Did we get some of that damage? We did. We got 74 of it. Actually, that was spotting, wasn't it? 74 spotting on the Skoda. That was some crazy spotting. We saw that guy? Wait a minute. How did that work? That's amazing. Sometimes it's hard to tell where the bushes are and where they aren't. Where they is B and where they isn't B. So the S35CA decides to head over that way, and then we get this guy lit, and we don't really do anything with that. And then we see this, and this one flummoxed me. I was very baffled why you didn't shoot here. I mean, it is time to start taking hit points. If you have any hope of any kind of coming back, you got nobody that's going to do it. Maybe the Artie gets a shot. The S35CA is too far away. In any event, he's driving away from you. I'd have just backed out from this bush, or maybe even just shot from here and prayed for my camo to work. And I thought you were going to do it here because you back out and you back out into the open. And we look at him, and I'm like, fire, 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 fire. There we go. I think you had an opportunity for 2 shots. Fire again. No. Fire, fire, fire. No, that guy, this guy, the other guy. There we go. Oh, that sucked. Got into some thicker armor. And then I'd have bailed out of here. No sense staying here. Time to go. That Artie's dead. Nothing you can do for him. Let's go here. Let's go hang out in these bushes. These bushes in the middle will have a pretty good spotting on the cap. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm thinking the cap's up there. It's not. The cap's down here. But we'll definitely have good spotting of guys moving around up here. And it will be very hard for them to drive up on you and proxy light you when you're in the middle of the field out here. But what we actually do is we go over here. And we're going to swing around. We're going to hang out in this bush. And we are, I don't know what. Basically, we're just waiting to die. And you may be hoping that maybe the S35CA can support you a little bit. But to be honest, he's got his own problems, right? The Chi-Nu. Once again, I subscribed that maybe you needed to go back, support the CA, maybe help him kill the isolated Chi-Nu. Excuse me. The 201s and probably the K5 or OIs, as everyone continues to correct me. The OIs, the OIchis are over here. The KV-85 probably came down the hill. The M10 ran off that way. That means probably only the Chi-Nu and the Artie is over there. Flex, do the flex. I spit when I talk. Do the flex and head over there and help this S35CA take down this Chi-Nu, which will then clear one of your flanks or at least thin it out a bit. So again, I go back to, you said, hey, I really am at a loss for here. I am not, because there's very little reaction on your part on taking these guys down. And then I'm thinking, all right, well, we'll get this guy. We got the KV-5 moving. Why don't you just move forward so that bush is thick and dark and unseeable and start just punishing that KV-85? And I'm like, do it, do it, do it, do it. It's not going to happen, folks. It's not. The KV-85 does get hit by this S35CA, and I like that. That's right. That's what you're trying to do. There's another opportunity. As soon as he went to all 3 of those bushes, whap, got him again, and he's never going to see me. That is just game mechanics and assessing your situation. Some risks are going to have to be made right now in order to win this game. And, oh, by the way, some risks are going to have to be made in order just to get some more damage in this game. And now the S35CA is in big trouble. We got guys coming at him from every direction. He kills that dude, but unfortunately the Chi-Nu owns his face. S35 is making a little runner. He's got artillery coming at him, and down goes your last ally. And then we just have an 01 driving around. Then this guy shows up, and we aim, and he, oh god. Look at him. Just sidle up next to this guy and start shooting shots in the side. I don't know why we stopped right here. That is, again, baffling. I'd have just gone straight at him, try to get under his gun and on his side, and you might get a couple shots. Thank goodness he missed. Just auto aim that dude, get right up next to him. I'm wondering if you're actually low enough that you might just be hitting tracks, though. That could be a problem. We get one more shot, it looks like, in there. Did that actually go in? Maybe not. Might have bounced, actually, and we end up dying because he's got too many friends. All right, mega wattage. So a little bit harsh on this. Know that it is all with the intention of trying to help you get better. And I know the name on the email that I got, but it was a different email, so I don't know if it's a different account or whatever is going on there. But it is not a mystery why this game was lost, and I'm not saying it was 100% your fault. I'm just talking. You're the guy we're talking to. You're the guy that we're trying to help right now with this. But based on what your team did, and to a large extent what you did, it is not a mystery to me how this one got lost when 1/3 of your team goes to a flank that doesn't matter. And then instead of leveraging that strength in a push to maybe get a kind of asymmetric non-meta thing going on in the map, which can work if you do it, they didn't do that. So yes, you all went powerful to one flank, but you just sat there doing nothing, and the enemy team went to the right flanks, to be quite honest, and did what they needed to do. And so not really a mystery here. There were a lot of opportunities, I think, mid-game for you to move and change what you were doing, and at least bring it a little bit closer, if not get, no kidding, just somehow scrape out a win by leveraging that little tiny light tank's ninja capabilities. But to do that, you've got to kind of react to what's going on around on the map, look for those isolated tanks, see those opportunities, for example, to take the Chinu out with the S-35, drive back there, nuke the artillery, and then come back to the heavies. Because what's cool about an encounter map is getting away from the fight for a bit, end game or mid to late game like we had right here, and chasing down some artillery and some guys that are isolated doesn't really crush you that hard because it takes them forever to cap. You have some time and you have the speed. You could get back there, take out some arty, maybe get rid of the Chinu, and all of a sudden you have 3 lumbering giant, 2, and the KB-85 died, 2 lumbering giant heavies trying to do the vision game on a map where it is not well suited for a heavy. All right. That is all I've got, man. I beat that dead horse. Thanks for sending it in. I think it was a fantastic example, actually, for everybody on reading matches and taking a look at it, and then the analysis of the match at the end and going, I don't know why we lost this. I do. That's all I've got. We will see you.